सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या योगविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतो वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः। ओम समस्त परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या योगविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां कृपया योग दर्शन उक्त साधन द्वारा वेदांतोक्त परब्रह्मणः अनुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं पतंजलि योग दर्शन शास्त्रस्य अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं च ओम अथ आदौ योगगुरूणां स्मरणम्। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः। 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 ओम पतंजलि महर्षये 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 नमः। ओम व्यास 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 महर्षये नमः। Let us chant the first three sutras together. ओम अथ पतंजलि योग दर्शनम प्रथमः पादः समाधि पादः त्रीणि सूत्राणि। ओम अथ योगानुशासनम्। ओम अथ योगानुशासनम्। ओम अथ योगानुशासनम्। योगः चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः। योगः चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः। योगः चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः। तदा द्रष्टुः स्वरूपे अवस्थानं। तदा द्रष्टुः स्वरूपे अवस्थानं। तदा द्रष्टुः स्वरूपे अवस्थानम्. So this is the third sutra. We were pondering, delving, dwelling, developing, trying to understand elaborately with the help of Vyasa Bhashya. So the connection was what? In the second sutra, what he said was the Yoga Lakshana. What is that? Chitta Vritti Nirodha. And what are the steps involved in the Chitta Vritti Nirodha? Right from coming out of the Kshipta mode of Vikshipta Bhumikas, coming to the Ekagra Bhumi, ensuring that the Chitta is in its own original form, which is Sattva Guna, which is Prakhyarupa, and that Prakhyarupa Chitta has gained the Sampragnata Sthiti, where it is fully aware without distraction of Rajas, without the laziness of Tamas, and that Sampragnata Sthiti is helping us in the next stage of Viveka Khyati, where we are able to separate the Sattva and Purusha. Sattva Purusha Anyata Khyati is Viveka Khyati. But our goal being Purusha, even this Viveka Khyati also we rejected. Because of the rejection of the Viveka Khyati, we are attentive. Entire Vritti Nirodha has happened. At the level of Viveka Khyati only, so many Vrittis are rejected because our goal is not Vritti Prapti. Sattva, Purusha, in both of them, the Purusha Prapti is our goal, not Sattva. Therefore, after Sattva, Viveka Khyati, where Sattva and Purusha are very clearly differentiated, separated, we have rejected all the Sattva. How? By what we said just now in Vedanta, Neti, 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 not required, not required, not required, not bound, 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 because of that Karke. Then even Viveka Khyati being Vrutti, being a Sattva Guna, which is not our goal, at the Paravairagya level, even Viveka Khyati is rejected. That state of mind or Chitta is called as Niruddhavastha. When the Chitta reaches to Niruddhavastha, what happens to the Purusha? That is the question. The answer is Tada. Tada means In these steps or processes, Chitta reached Niruddhavastha. That the Purusha is what? He was a Jiva, he was a pursuer, he was knower, he was doer, he was enjoyer. So many he was. Through the Vrutthis, subsequently through the Dehadipadhi. Now all are rejected. There were only two things remain. One, he is Drashta. Second is he gets established in his own Swarupa. Now the explanation is, what is his Swarupa in which he gets established? The experience is what? The explanation is, Tada asampagnata kale drashtuhu. द्रष्टा का द्रष्टुः चितिशक्तेः पुरुषस्य स्वरूपे. व्हाट इज दैट? निर्विषय चैतन्य मात्रे अवस्थानम इत्यर्थः. तदा द्रष्टुः स्वरूपे अवस्थानम is word said Sutrakara. Sutrakara ऐसे सूत्र में shortcut he tells and goes away. Now the Bhashyakara will have to say one by one. द्रष्टुः स्वरूपे अवस्थानम. द्रष्टा का अपने स्वरूप में अवस्थान. Thus, drashta establishes in himself. Now, who is drashta? Be attentive. Again, the same who is drashta is the question which is raised tomorrow in our Vedanta Vicharana also. The Jnana ka badya bata hai. The Jnapti, when it is explained about Jnanam, is the Jnapti is Bhava Rupam, not Kartru. What we are going to study tomorrow, same thing here it is said. This drashtuhu is gone. The drashta is with respect to drushya earlier. Now all the drushyas have gone away. Then is drashta भी नहीं कह सकते हैं. But उन्हीं के बारे में कहना है. Therefore that drashta ever always was Chiti Shakti. That Chiti Shakti ever always was Purushaha. So this drashta, be attentive, who is Chiti Shakti, who is Purushaha, he is Swarupe Avasthanam. Drashtuhu apne Swarup mein Avasthanam. Drashtu is Chiti Shakti. Chiti Shakti Purusha. What is the Swarupa of this Chiti Shakti or Purusha or Drashta? Is a Nirvishaya Chaitanya Matre. The Matra, Chaitanya Matra, Nirvishaya Chaitanya Matra. Means what? The pure Chaitanya or consciousness, there where there is nothing for it to illuminate. When the Vishaya is there, then this Chaitanya becomes a Drashta or the Jnata, all those identities come. When all the Vishayas have gone away, that Nirvishaya Chaitanya, usme unka avasthanam hota hai. And here avasthanam also is not that he is getting up from that chair and coming and sitting in this chair. It is exactly like what we said in Brahma Vidya, Darshana, Adarshana, Apekshatvat, Brahmanaha Prapti Apraptyoho. So यहाँ Drashta establishes in his original form, means he is in his own Chaitanya Rupa there. He never get dichotomized into the Drashta, Darshana or Drashta, Drushya, Dvaita, which is a projection of the world. What is the whole world? Nothing but the Drishyam and Drashta. And what is the Vyavahara in the world? The Drashta seeing the Drishyam. What is the Samsara? After seeing the Drishyam, he is lost in Ragadvesha Ityad. So tatha drashtuhu chitishaktehe purushasya swarupe nirvishaya chaitanya matre avasthanam. That is what Bhagavan, while explaining our Bhashyakara said, yatha kaivalye. So the kaivalya in this particular Yoga Darshanam, in all the four padas, it is explained. In the Prathama pada, the definition comes here. Yatha, and later on, toward the end also it will come. And in all other Upanishads also, Kaivalya is spoken. There is Upanishad also on that name, Kaivalya Upanishad. The Kaivalya word has a technical meaning also, another an experiential thing also. And experientially, Kaivalya is moksha. Technically, the Kaivalya means Kevalata. What is Kevalata? Yesterday we explained to you. Vijatiya, Sajatiya, Swagata, Bheda, Rahita Vastu. It is always there. You know, like one ocean, then many rivers, then many canals, then many rivulets. How many Vijatiya, Sajatiya, Swagata, Bhedas are there? but all of them are from the substratum called as water. In the water, do you have any of these differences or Vedas? No difference only. That's called Kaivalya Sthiti of the water. So when the water is seen in those so many Vedas, did the water lose its Kaivalya Sthiti? Not lost. Yet our drushti is not on the Kaivalya water, our drushti is on all the Vedas. In the same way, the pure self is always in the Kevala Vastu. On that Kevala, as it is, if it is not seen, when it is not seen, the Vedas are only imagined, projected only, seen. When we reject all the projected Vedas, then we reach to the Kaivalya Sthiti. That Kaivalya is Drashtuhu Sthiti Shaktehe Purushasya Sarupe Nirveshe Chaitanya Matre Avasthanam Ityartaha. This is the clarity. Tada asampragnata kale drashtuho chitishakte purushasya sarupe nirvishaya chaitanya matre avasthanam ityartaha. Okay. Now, tadani means asampragnata siddhi kale, we already explained. Now, what is chitishakti? Chitishakti is there now. Barbaram Patrana. See, chitishakti means purusha tattvaha. Chiti Shakti means Chiti eva Shakti. Therefore, Chiti Shakti means Chiti Tattva. Chiti Shakti is Purusha Tattva. Chiti eva Shakti. Therefore, Chiti Shakti is Chiti Tattva. Though the word Shakti is used by the Vyasa Bhagavan, the Bhashyakara, it is Chiti Tattva, means the pure consciousness. Therefore, Chiti Shakti means pure consciousness only. Okay. What is the meaning of Sarupa Pratishtha? Sarupe means Swasya Rupe means Nirvishaya Chaitanya Matre Pratishtha. Sthiti Yasya Sa. Nirvishaya Chaitanya Matre Sthiti Ona. Okay. That is God. So tada, therefore, at the time, asampragnata yoga kale drashtuhu chiti shaktehe purushasya sarupe nirvishaya chaitanya matre avasthanam ityartaha. When the Vrutti Nirodha happens. And Yatha Kaivalye, that's called as Kaivalya Sthiti only. But Bhashyakara extended a sentence. What did he say? Ki Vyutthana Chitte Tussati Tatapi Bhavati Tatapi Bhavanti na Tata. Again, I am reading Vyutthana Chitte Tu Sati Tatapi Bhavanti na Tata. This one we have to little focus today. Ki Vyutthana Chitte. What is the Vyutthana Chitte? Vyutthanam ne yadrusham chittamiti Vyutthana Chittam. Tasmin. What is the Vyutthana Chitta? That Vyutthana Chitta where it is not in the Nirodha Sthiti. Therefore, other than the Nirodha Sthiti includes Asampragnata Yoga, Viveka Khyati, Sampragnata Yoga, then Shuddha Sattva Prakhyarupa Ekagra Chitta Bhumika. Again go down. The Vikshipta Bhumika and Kshipta and Mudha Bhumika. In all these Bhumikas, the Vyutthana is there. At that Vyutthana Kala, what happens to this Chitti Shakti is said here. Vyutthana Chitte Sati, that anyway comes in the next sutra. But here कहते हैं कि तथापि भवन्ति. Tata api means also. Tata eva bhavanti. Therefore, even when the Vrutthis have come, now listen very careful, next thought. Even when the Vrutthis come, Vyutthana Kala कहते हैं उसको, Chitti Shakti is always in its own form. Tatha api bhavanti. Like whenever the waves come, the water has not lost its water form. But when the waves have risen, what happens? The water is not seen as water. That is the meaning of here. Tata api na tatha bhavati. So na jatu kutastha nitya chitti shakti swarupa chavate. Yatha tena yatha nirode tatha eva vyutthane api. Remember all that? That kutastha chaitanya rupa paramatma always remains as chaitanya paramatma only. You know, that Satyam Brahma, that Upanishad Makya, you can use it here. Yad Rupena Yad Nishchitam Tad Navya Vicharat Satyam. So, the Paramatma, who is Kutastha Chaitanya, he never gets changed or modified to anything from these two things. Kutastha hai means stable, Akutastha means stationary or mobile, he never becomes. So, too, he is a Chaitanya only, he never becomes Jada. That's what I already said. Chiti Shakti hi, Aparinamini, Aprasankhyeya, then Darshita Vishaya, Shuddha, and Ananta. Those words we have to remember. Now, what is the discussion going on here? Just to bring to your notice or trying to catch your attention for that is what? When the Nirodha Avastha happened, where Asampragnata Yoga Kala, the Purusha, the Chitti Shakti, he has established in his own Swarupa, which is Nirvishaya Chaitanya Swarupa. Okay? But Vyuttane Sati, Vyuttane Sasi, Tata Api Bhavati, Vyuttane Pi Tata Bhavati. Even in the Vyuttana Kala, to the pure Chitti Shakti, which is Kutastha Chinmatra, which never changes, it is always the same. But Tathapi na Tatha is the word the Bhashyakara used. That is more important to us. Ki na Tatha means na tena eva rupena prakashete iti sheshaha. This we have to understand. It doesn't change. But then in that way, it is not seen. Like when the wave came on water, water never changed, but water is not seen as the water. Then how is it seen as? The Vitthana of the wave when it happened, in the form of the Vittita wave only it is seen. That's the problem. Therefore, what is the basic point here? Definitely we have to reach to the Niruddha Sthiti of the Chitta Vritti. Then only the Kaivalya Rupa, Swarupa Pratisthana will happen. Otherwise, exactly the self cannot be apprehended. Just like unless all the Anrutam, Asatyam, Vikari is rejected, the Rutam, Satyam, Avikari Brahma, you cannot reach. Just now we studied in Vedanta. Same, they are going parallel only. The Yoga Sutra mein or Vedanta Darshan mein, Yoga Darshan, same talk we are discussing. There the Chaitanya Atma focused more on. Here we are focusing on the Vrutti Nirodhata. Okay. So is it clear now? Na tatha means what? Na tena eva rupena prakashate iti isheshaha. So then what it is? This will be explained further in the next mantra, sutra. At that time, we'll elaborately study. One thought what you need to do is be attentive. In the Vyuttana Kala of the Vrutthis. In the Nirodha Kala, there were no Vishayas. Therefore, Nirvishesha Chaitanya mein this Purusha finds its establishment. Vyuttana Kala क्या होता है? Because of the Sanidhya. The Sanidhya is neither in Kala nor in Desha. It's a very sublime thought. Tomorrow we'll discuss it more. Because of the Sanidhya of the Chitti Shakti with the Vrutti at the Vitthana Kala, the Chitti Shakti is as if seen as the Vrutti. It never became Vrutti, nor it lost its Chaitanyata. This we saw in the first second day of our study when we were studying the Sadashiva Brahmendra Vyakyar Vrutti. And this will come again in next sutras Bhashya. Today only we'll tell. Like an example of a crystal. It is in crystalline color, Shuddha Spatika Sankasham. But now when that crystal is kept on any colored cloth or any flower is brought near, now in that crystal, do we see the color or not? Dekho. This is the most important example for us to clearly understand about the Paramatma to be unchangeable, unchanging, eternal. Why is it to be so? Because if the Paramatma changes, everything is changeable, is perishable. When it perishes, it is jada. And if the perishable thing, how can it give us imperishable, permanent anandam? Then it's a part of samsara only. Therefore, the Paramatma should be imperishable, luckily is imperishable, unchangeable. They are together. Change and perishability are going together. Unchangeable, imperishability also go together. So when you put that spatika near to a colored cloth or a colored flower, you can see the spatika may that color. The two things you remember. Did the color enter the spatika? Second, did the spatika lost its swachhata? Neither it lost its swachhata nor the color entered it, but appeared. Why? Because of proximity. Here it's not the proximity in terms of desha kala, proximity in terms of thoughts only. The moment you keep the cloth away, crystal away, color is gone and the crystal clear crystal is in front of our eyes. Therefore, vyuttana chitte tathapi na bhavati tata. It is so, never changed, but doesn't seen. It's not seen like that. That is why, as long as we are at the Upadhi level, we will see Brahman through Upadhi as a limited only. There is no way other than transcending Upadhis to know him. And here in Veda, in Yoga Bhasha, the Upadhis are the Vrutthis. Therefore, the transcendence of Vrutti is Vrutti Nirodha. Then the Nirupadhika, Nirvishesha, Chaitanya Satta Rupa, Kaivalya Rupa, Swarupa Pratishtha, called as Moksha, is achieved. In Vedanta, the Upadhis are three gunas, three dehas, panchakoshas. So through the Neti Neti Vakya, through Viveka, they are rejected. Another thing done is Vedanta is what? Through the Sakshi Bhava. Anatma, Atma, Anatma Vivek Karke, Atma is this, Panchakoshas Anatma. After that is ascertained, then by being the Sakshi, slowly, slowly the Anatma Tadatma and Anatma Tadatma Jiva Bhava are transcended there. Done. Now, Katham Tarhi, now the good, beautiful explanation is Tada, the summary, the whole sentence of third sutra. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Iti, this third sutra, Vakshamana sutra sahityena eva asya lakshanatvat. It should be Sahita fourth sutra. Fourth sutra Sahita हमको इसको पढ़ना चाहिए. Vrutthis SAARUPYAM ITARATRA is going to be the fourth sutra. We have not yet inaugurated. We are going to. Now, तथा च द्रष्टुस्वरूप अवस्थिति हेतुः चित्तवृत्ति निरोधः क्षिप्तादि अवस्थासु न अस्ति इति न अतिव्याप्तिः. Therefore, the goal is drashtuh swarupa avastha. And swarupa avastha of the chitta goal is achieved only when the vritti nirodha happens. So, vritti nirodha happens only after the ekagra bhumika, asampragnata, viveka kyati ityadi. In the absence of all these, in the kshipta moda vikshipta bhumika, samadhi is achieved, but not yoga. Yoga is not achieved, therefore Kaivalya is not obtained. Kaivalya is our purpose. Swarupa avasthiti is our purpose. That is not achieved in these three avasthas. Therefore, these three avasthas are not desirable. What are the three avasthas? The bhumikas. Kshipta moda vikshipta. Okay. Now, what about sampragnata? Sampragnata mein vrittiya hai na? Says sampragnatasya cha swarupa avasthiti hetutvam. How? Asampragnata dwara asti eva iti. So the sampragnata samadhi is very essential. After that, the viveka khyati comes. After viveka khyati, in that viveka khyati, then what is that? Sattva purusha anyathatva we discover. Then the sattva is rejected. It leads to the asampragnata yoga. Therefore, for helping us in reaching a sampragnata yoga, the sampragnata yoga is helpful. Therefore, sampragnata yoga is desirable. In fact, necessary condition. But the other three bhumikas of Kshipta Mana Vikshipta will never be able to help us in Chittavritti Nirodha, Kaivalya Prapti. Come what may, kar kuch bhi. Samadhi is possible, not yoga. Our goal is not Samadhi. Samadhi is quietening mind. That we can do with eating, sleeping, drinks, drugs, pills. In that way, any Jada Samadhi, like you just focus on your own Shwasa, you will lead to a Samadhi. But it is Jada Samadhi. It's not Mukti giving Samadhi. Swarupa avasthanam only is mukti. Like through Trataka, looking at a lamp. You can arrest the flow of thoughts by taking the name of the Lord. You can arrest the flow of thought. Arresting flow of thought is samadhi. But it never gives you kaivalya. That is why only Brahmavid apnoti param there. Here, Drashtu Swarupya avasthanam alone is param. not anything. Therefore, don't get carried away by anybody telling you anything on the name of meditation. They will take you at a very good height, but not the ultimate. Only through Vedanta, supported by the yoga, that we will get a crystal clear picture. Very, very essential it is. Now, next question is now, ki katham tarhi darshita vishayatvat. Now, the point is what? He alone is continuing his own bhashya. What was, see, what is the third sutra? Tatha dada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Okay? Vritti nirodha happened, then drashta established his own nirvishesha chaitanya atma swarupa. Okay? Now, while explaining that, what Bhashyakara said, vyuthane sati tatapi na bhavati tata. Now, katham tari then? In that case, what is happens? And also darshita vishayatva. In the explanation of the Chiti Shakti, Purusha, darshita vishayatva shabda is used for him. So when the vitthana happens, what will happen? And in our layman's language, a dhamki. वृत्ति निरोध किया तो स्वरूप अवस्थान रूपी मोक्ष मिलेगा, निरोध नहीं किया तो क्या होगा? If you don't do the nirodha of the vritti, you are always in the vitthana sthiti. Vitthana se kya hoga? Vrutthisarupyam. Saarupyam. You will get identify the vrittis, and that vrittis make you dance, and the fellow by identifying the vrittis dances called as jiva. And is the eternal saga of the vrittis making us dance, and we suffer with sukha, dukkha, all the pairs of opposite tosses, up and down, up and down, up and down, again and again. No? Now study all the four together. Ata Yoga Anushasanam, we are teaching Yoga Shastra, Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha. The entire yoga's purpose is to do the Nirodha of the Chittavrittis. What is the result of that? Tada Dashto Swarupya Avasthanam. He established. That's called Ivala, that's called Moksha. If that is not done, Tada Vrutti Sarupyam Itaratra. Then you will be, Itaratra means in the other condition other than of the Kaivalya of the Vritti Nirodha. That means in the condition of the Vritti Vitthana Chitta. दृष्टि वृत्ति सारूप्यम हो जाता है. यू बिकम वन विद द वृत्तिस. सो निरोध किया तो आत्मा में बैठ गए, नहीं किया तो वृत्तियों में बैठ गए. द वन हु इज विद वृत्तिस इज संसारी जीवा. द वन हु इज फ्री फ्रॉम द वृत्तिस कॉल्ड मुक्त पुरुष. Make this thought very clear 100 times, then a beautiful idea comes to us. Therefore, let me transcend the vrittis to establish in myself for moksha. That will come one day, if not immediately. Immediately तो हाँ ब्रेकफास्ट बनानी है, लंच बनाना है, डिनर बनाना है, फिर देर रात के लिए बनाना है, फिर कल के लिए बनाना है, ये चलता रहेगा सिलसिला. बट यू आर डूइंग स्टडी, यू आर डूइंग उपासना, यू आर डूइंग प्रार्थना, यू आर डूइंग जपा. कैन आई इमेजिन ऑल दैट? When these all are done, the result of God's grace on that, one day, ये कहाँ फंसा हूँ मैं? Let me practice what I am studying, let me experience what I have understood. That day, we'll get a clarity. So the whole sadhana is to do the nirodha of the vrittis. Then what sadhana? The yama niyama asana, vyasa vairagya, ishvara pranidhana. These are the sadhanas yet to be told. So now we'll do the fourth sutra. For that, Katham Tarhi Darshita Vishayatvat is the Sambandha Bhashya by the Vyasa Bhagavan. Today I'll chant the sutra for you. Then Bhashya explanation tomorrow we see. Okay. Katham Tarhi Darshita Vishayatvat. Katham Tarhi Darshya Vishayatvat. Katham Tarhi Darshita Vishayatvat. This is Bhashyakara's Sambandha Bhashya. Now the sutra number 4. Let us chant it 3 times. Vrutthis itaratra. Vrutthis itaratra. Vrutthis itaratra. What Bhashyakara's explanation, which you have to study in detail, ki vyuttane ya chitta vruttayah tat avishishta vrutti purushah tata cha sutram ekameva darshanam khyatihi eva darshanam iti चित्तम अयस्कांत मणिकल्पम सन्निधि मात्र उपकारी दृश्यत्वेन स्वं भवति पुरुषस्य स्वामिनः तस्मात् चित्त वृत्ति बोधे पुरुषस्य अनादिः संबंधः हेतुः. We have to understand, like Satyam Jnana Antam Brahma, how we are understanding through Bhagavan's Bhashya, Shankara Bhagavan ka. Either way, Vruttikaras Vrutti will understand with Bhashyakara's Bhashya. We will explain it tomorrow. So the simple literal meaning, layman's language, then the deeper detailed meaning, then contemplate on that. do the internal sadhana, then we'll be able to go beyond all the samsara causing ajnana, avidya, vritti and maya, and we'll establish in the mukti giving atmanubhuti. May we all deserve it with all our sincere efforts. Thank you. Sarvam समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या योग विद्या आचार्य शरणारविंदार्पण वस्तोम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः तत्सत ओम थैंक यू